And hello. Today we are going to be talking about brain waves. Brain waves. The reason why I decided to talk about this today is because meditation is critical when we're going to manifest and create our life. There's a couple of other reasons that prompted this topic too. First of all, as soon as I say meditation, a lot of people tell me they have a hard time meditating. They have a hard time silencing the thoughts and they struggle with that. So I was meditating on this video of what we were going to talk about. And there are several contributing factors. In fact, what made me want to bring this up too was an interesting experience that I had the other day. I have never been on TikTok before. I am probably one of those few humans left in the world that managed to make it through COVID without Zoom. And I've cruised through life so far without TikTok. And everybody keeps saying, you should do TikTok videos. You should do TikTok. You should do TikTok. So I got on TikTok the other day. I did start an account, by the way. And I spend a lot of mental downtime. I do spend a lot of time meditating. I don't watch a ton of TV, hardly any, a movie out every now and then maybe. And not tons of time on social media either. I spend a lot of time reading. I spend a lot of time in my head. So I got on TikTok and I started scrolling, and I am probably within just like five minutes or so, I started feeling anxious. I started feeling kind of stressed. I could feel my brain waves starting to move faster. Because like I said, I spend a lot of time in the lower brain waves, the slower brain waves that we're going to talk about. And I thought it was very interesting that I could physically feel my brain starting to hype up as I was scrolling through the videos. And so I did a little bit of research on some of the effects of social media and the brainwaves and how that correlates to maybe some of us having a hard time meditating. The other thing that I've noticed too is I've tried to make my videos shorter in length because I've had a lot of people say people don't have time to watch a 20-minute video, or they don't have time to watch half an hour or an hour long video. Yet at the same time, maybe not you, but I know that there are plenty of people who spend tons of time scrolling through videos on TikTok. So is it necessarily that we don't have the time? Because I had some kids over here just the other day, and they were scrolling through TikTok and spent easily an hour. I know when I was scrolling the other day, and my brainwaves start going all wacky. Like 20 minutes had gone by, and I didn't even realize how much time had gone by. So is it that we don't have the time, or is it perhaps that our brain waves are being affected by social media so that the attention span perhaps is not what it used to be? And this could be challenging. This is something that we want to work on as we're working on manifesting, because in order to manifest the life that you want, you need focus. You need mental clarity, and you need those slower brain waves that we're going to talk about so that you can harness the power of the universe. The power of the universe exists in these slower brain waves. And meditation is a way that helps us spend some time on the inside of our brain instead of on the outside, in the outside universe. So I've got a chart here. Hold on just one second. Let me get us this chart so we can kind of explain this chart here. Okay, so when I'm talking about the faster brain waves, you see right up here on this chart, it's those gamma waves that I was talking about. The gamma and the beta waves are the brain waves that are really fast. We spend a lot of our waking time in those, and in those brain waves, that is not where creation happens. That is not where manifesting happens. Manifesting happens actually down here in the theta. As we're in alpha, so notice that we slow these brain waves down. We don't jump from gamma to theta. There's a transition process that we're going through. So in our normal waking moments, we're in these gamma waves, we're in these beta waves, and meditation is in the alpha wave category. That's where we start pulling ourselves back into this universe, which this universe opens up into galaxies and galaxies and galaxies of creation. So as you sit down and you start to meditate, your brain waves start going from, literally the 100 miles an hour down to these 8 to 12 hertz, these nice slower waves. Now, what's important about these brain waves is that's where creation happens. That's when we really start unlocking our creativity. These brain waves are how we access the unconscious mind. I also do hypnotherapy, and you cannot influence anybody. You cannot do anything with the mind when they're in these gamma and beta waves. The only times that hypnosis will work is when those brain waves are slowed down. And the truth is, we need to be hypnotizing ourselves. When you notice, when we've got that monkey chatter going on, we've got the thoughts that are going a million miles an hour, that's where our brain is kind of a little bit out of control. It's when we slow these brain waves down that we're able to access creativity, we're able to visualize, because the theta waves, so as you sit down, you're going to start going into these alpha waves. That's where we start shutting out the thoughts. That's where we start slowing down the mind, because all that chatter is focused on the outside world. And as we sit down to meditate and we quiet those voices, that's when we're going into the unconscious mind. We're creating those alpha waves. And the longer we can stay in the alpha waves, we're going to be going from the 12 hertz to the 8 hertz with the ultimate goal of slowing our brain waves down enough that we're going into those theta waves. The theta, that's where we can really, that's like deep meditation. That's where we can really do our visualizations. Trance can come in. A lot of times we can access these waves too. We are accessing these theta waves when we're asleep. We could do some powerful manifesting, actually, even through the power of dreams. That's for another time. And just out of curiosity, these delta waves, the slowest ones down there, those are the ones that are associated with like the REM sleep, the really, really deep, deep, deep sleep that we get. Okay, so I hope that kind of starts explaining just a little bit here the reason why meditation is so important. It's because those faster brain waves are associated with the external world, and meditation helps us slow those brain waves down so that we can explore the universe of the inside, and so that we can start this process of creativity. If you notice then that you're having a hard time, you know what, maybe you want to look at the amount of time that you're spending on the social media, because I was shocked at that anxiety level that I started to find myself feeling when I was scrolling through a whole bunch of videos. So increasing our attention span, lowering those brain waves, that's going to be super, super important as you're on this journey of manifestation, as you're on this journey of creation. I'm going to be putting out some meditation videos too, with some exercises that can help you access those slower brain waves, those lower states that can help you increase your manifestation powers. Okay, all right, so that's our brainwave session for today. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.